A CPU only has a few registers, but what happens if we need to store more values than we have registers? One solution to this problem is to use the stack, and that's what we're going to investigate in this video using the RTM-16 machine. So we can start off by looking at all of our instructions, and we can get our instructions from the microcode editor. So when we run up this microcode editor, we can list all of our instructions. And this gives us all of the instructions available to us on our machine. Each of the instructions has got 4 addressing modes. So we can come down here and we can find the instruction that we are interested in. So the 2 instructions that allow us to put data onto the stack and take data off of the stack are called the push and the pop commands. So this is the pop command here. So this allows us to pop information off of the stack. And then the push command here allows us to push information onto the stack. Now, we are interested in one of the addressing modes, but we've got 4 different addressing modes here. So we could go and we could check out all of our addressing modes in our instruction set. So this is our instruction set here. So we can head down and have a look at the push and the pop commands. So here are the push commands here, and here are the pop commands. So we've got 3 different push commands and 3 different pop commands. Now we can just pick one of these and we'll have a look and see how it works. So the first addressing mode is addressing mode 0, which is this push #n. But we will look at addressing mode 1, which pushes a value from a register onto the stack. So this is going to be our addressing mode 1. So we can come in here and we can type in micro steps, and the command we're interested in is the push, and it's addressing mode 1. And this gives us all of the micro instructions that make up the push instruction. And we're going to work through these micro instructions live on the machine, and we'll see exactly how the push command works. So let's do that first. So the first thing that we can do is write a little bit of test code to see these 2 instructions working. So we could call the test code A1 underscore push underscore pop.asm. So now we're ready to write our code. We can say .code 0x8000. So it tells us the code starts in the RAM at address 8000, and we can then put a number into the register R0. So we can say data, and we'll put the number 5 into register R0. So now we've got a number that we can use to push onto the stack. So then we can push R0, and then we can end the program. So this is our simple bit of code that we can use in order to test exactly how the push command works. So we can go terminal run task, we can assemble the file, and you'll see it says assembly successful. So now we're in a position to load the program into the machine. So we can go to the RAM, edit, we can open, we can find the program which has now been assembled, and it's in the machine code folder MC, and it's called A1 push pop, and you can see we've loaded up the program here. Now we can go in here and we're now ready to run the program, and we can check exactly how the program runs in every single micro instruction step. We can trace out through the entire process. So let's go do that now. So let's run through the code on the machine 1 clock cycle at a time. So we can click on go, and we're now ready to go. You can see this says F step 1, which means it is in the fetch step. So we're going to fetch the first instructions. So the first instructions, as we've seen in a previous video, it sets up the stack pointer. And it also jumps to the beginning of the program, which is the address 8000. And once it gets to the beginning of the program, it brings in the first instruction, which is the data instruction, and we're going to put the number 5 in register R0. So we can see we've got the number 5 in register R0. Now we're ready to jump on to the push command. So we expect to see the push command coming into the instruction register. So we keep clicking through and we'll see the push command. So the push command is 1500. Now we're on the fetch step of this fetch execute cycle. So we're going to have one more step to go, step 3, until eventually we got on to the first execute step. So now we're on the execute step, we can go in to the control unit and see exactly what is happening. So if we drop down into the computer, into the CPU, and then into the control section, you'll see that we've got certain lines here that have gone high. So these lines here are the very first micro instructions of our full instruction. So if we have a look here, you can see that the very first one was stack enabled, and this ALU3, ALU0 and accumulator set. And that's what we've got here. We've got ALU3, we've got ALU0, we've got the stack enabled, and we've got the accumulator set. But what do these things actually mean? Well, you can see they're going to head out of the control unit and they're going to head into the motherboard. So the first thing that we did was we did the stack enabled. So the value on the stack we seen was FFF0. We set that up at the beginning of the program. Now we put that number onto the bus, so that's it on the bus here, and that number comes along and it comes in to this position here, position A. And then what we do is we do ALU0 and ALU3. So what do those do? If you get into the ALU, and you'll see that we've set the 0 and the 3 have gone high. So if you come up here, you can see that this is the decrement instruction within the ALU. So we're going to take the stack value and we're going to subtract 1 from it. The reason for doing that is it will then free up a spare position on the stack that will allow us to then save the contents of register R0. So what we do is we come in and we set this value within the accumulator. So this is the new address for the stack, which is going to contain the number which is in register R0. So we've got that sitting handy in the accumulator. Now we're ready to go on to the next part of the instruction. So we can click on 1, 2, 3, 4. So we click on those 4 clock pulses, which is equivalent to 1 new instruction. So we can head in to the control unit, and now we're ready to look at the next part of the micro instruction. So the next part of the micro instruction says accumulator enabled, memory address register set and stack set. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the new address of the stack onto the bus, which is the FFFE. And we're going to point to that memory location. So this memory address register set, it basically points to that memory location. And we also put that new value for the stack actually into the stack register. So we set it in the stack register, and we can see that happening if we have a look in the top level. And you can see here that the new value for the stack pointer is FFEF. Okay, so now we're ready to go on to the next part of the instruction. So we can click through 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to take us to the next part of the instruction. So in this part of the instruction, we're going to have these lines here. So we're going to have reg B enabled and control set. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the number which is in register R0 and we're going to put it onto the bus. And then we're going to save it into the memory location. So the memory location is going to be saved into is a FFEF. And you can see that these lines here have actually gone high, and it's now gone ahead and done that. So it means that if we were to go into the stack, now the stack's going to be at the bottom of the RAM. So we go edit and we can run all the way down to the bottom of the RAM. And we see now we've got the number 5. So the number 5 is sitting in the first location of the stack. So we have pushed the contents of register R0 onto the stack. So this is how the micro instructions make up a full instruction. And this is how we push a number from a register onto the stack. Now we could take the number 5 off of the stack and we can place it into register R1. We're going to do this with the pop command. So you can see here I've added pop R1. So we're going to take the number off of the stack and put it into register R1. Now I have assembled this and I have loaded it onto the machine. And you can see here, these are the micro instructions that we use in order to generate the pop instruction. We enable the value of the stack onto the bus. So this is FFEF. We then save that value in the memory address register, so we're pointing to the right position in the stack. We then do ALU3, which is the increment command. So we now shift the stack back up to the original position. And we save that value in the accumulator. We then do the control enabled. So this takes the number 5 out of the stack and we place it in reg B. So reg B in this case is register R1. We then put the value in the accumulator onto the bus. So this is the new value for the stack, and we save it into the stack itself. And then we stop, and this is the end of our pop instruction. So let's look at this entire process from the top level. We start off by setting up the stack pointer so it points to the top of the stack, FFF0. This happens before we run any programs on the machine. We then point to the first location in the RAM, which is the location 8000. We go and get the very first instruction, which is the data instruction, and that puts the number 5 into register R0. We're now ready to run our program. We pick out the next instruction, which is the push instruction, and this pushes the value 5 onto the stack. And now we're ready to do the next instruction, which is the pop instruction, and this pops the value into register R1. So we can come in to the stack and we can see at the bottom here we've got the number 5 on the stack. Now in order to push the value, in order to pop the value off, we've got to take the value and put it into register R1. So you can see we've got the value into register R1, and finally we return the stack back up to its original position, which is FFF0. And then we stop the program, and this is us work through the entire cycle of pushing a value onto the stack and popping a value off of the stack.